Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the Maryville University Hockey Center as we're set for game number 2 in this weekend series between the Maryville Saints and the Midland Warriors. Your starting lineup for the Saints this afternoon is going to be Brooklyn Gillings, Aaliyah Sutton, and Haley Beckett on the forward line as we get our first stoppage. Avery Falardo and Emma Gerwitz on defense, and Hannah Tresick in between the pipes for the second night in a row. And speaking of the second night in a row, it'll be Bryn Naus in the crease for the Midland Warriors. The Saints are able to get it back into the neutral zone after the defensive zone face-off as this one comes close to goal, but not enough to be on target for a shot. Saints trying to pitchfork it back towards the point. Instead, it's in the corner. Gillings is on it there. Blind pass out in front. Good opportunity to put it in a dangerous area, but nobody was there for Maryville. Sutton couldn't quite corral the pass here on the near side. Both teams jousting for it. Centering feed disrupted. Gillings tried to go back door to Beckett. Could have been a shot opportunity as well, but a defensive stick thwarted all that. But ultimately, the Midland Warriors do ice the puck with 19:05 to go in the first period. A chance for redemption for the Maryville Saints as they've fallen below 500. They're currently 3-4 on the season, but going up against one of the better teams, one of the hotter teams in the league and in the country, as the Warriors are currently 16-0 and now 12-0 on the road. They won by a final score of 2-0 last night, with Ashlyn Cuffler getting both goals on the final, giving her 8 for the season. And now the Warriors are already up 1-0. A little shot from the right wing ended up fooling Tresick and going down low. That's not the way that the Saints wanted to start things off, but the goal will go to Taylor Bell, and Midland is up 1-0. So just a minute and 14 seconds into the contest, the Warriors are up by a goal. That's not the way you want to start if you're the Saints. But now the Maryville squad will have an opportunity to try to claw their way back into this one. We'll see if they're capable. They definitely have the offensive firepower, but thus far this season, it's been a little bit shaky in the starts. Even in some of the games that they've won, they've had to overcome some slow starts and goaltending that wasn't necessarily on par with what we're used to seeing from these Maryville netminders. But I think Tresick was fooled by the off-speed nature of that shot. And I can tell you from experience that those are awkward goals to let in. You're never happy with the fact that you let up a goal, but you're expecting the shot to come off the stick cleanly and with a certain amount of power to it. And when that doesn't happen, it can be kind of difficult to try to adjust yourself, and maybe you left a little bit too much open down low, and I think that might have been the case for Tresick. She's got a couple saves under her belt, 3 shots on goal. One is at the back of the net. Bjornsson takes her opponent to the wall. Puck pushed over here towards the near side. Saints unable to hold it in at the blue line. Falardo sends it in behind the net. Huberdeau waits for it for the Warriors, trying to send it up to the blue line. Struther had other ideas. Beckett trying to chase it down. She's held. Brushed over towards the Midland bench as the Warriors get it into the neutral zone. The benches start to empty as the Midland team is going for a line change. Sutton tries to sweep at it. Little pop shot ended up hopping over the right shoulder of Tresick. Fortunately for her, that didn't end up in behind, as the direction of the shot ended up just coming over here towards the near wall. Smolinski uses the reach to create a little bit of space, but then the cross-ice pass was disrupted by Brooke Berilski. Deflected pass out of the reach of Beckett. She tried the forward thrust towards Gillings, who blows a tire down by the end line. Beckett trying to take on everybody. Finally, the third defender was one too many. Now here comes Campbell. She takes a shot from a tough angle, and Tresick is able to make the stop. 16-14 to go here in the first. Saints trail by 1. Taylor Bell with the goal. Just a little over a minute into this contest. Villard gets it up to Ross, who gives it back to Villard, and now here comes Morris on her off wing, trying to get back to the forehand, and a good poke check made by McKenna Larson. Saints trying to keep the pressure on. Campbell serves it up to the blue line, but Smolinski holds. Morris plays it off the wall, trying to put it to herself, but Jaden Greenlee was in the way. McGuire takes it to the near side, and then it's pushed out of the zone by McGregor. Smolinski stretches it out, and that's intercepted. Hansen gives it up. Second opportunity for Mika Hansen. Surrounded by 3 defenders, she takes a spill. Ross brushes it into the zone. Greenlee sends it far side, and then it's hammered in by Haley Blaine. Tresick slows it up in behind the net, but that set it up for the Warriors. Pops over to the far corner. Toole tries to push it forward. Heidi Danners says, "I'll take that," right around the red line. Put around the boards. Toole will pick it up on the defensive half wall. Stick handles into neutral ice. She's going to go coast to coast. Gains the blue line and ran out of space. Jordan Bell pushes it near side for Huberdeau. Coming back to help was Blaine. Putnam's shot was deflected up against the end boards. Blaine digging in. Warriors do not clear. Putnam fans on the shot. Now Maryville needs to get back defensively. Warriors had numbers going forward, but they were at the end of a shift. Here comes Toole into the left circle. Takes a shot and a stick save made. Toole gathers up the rebound. Easy for me to say. Out of the reach of Kuffler on the way through the middle of the rink. Howden comes into neutral ice, gains the red line and pushes it in. 6 minutes played here in the first period. Gerwitz trying to avoid the poke check. Barilski was strong on the puck. And now Maryville is guilty of an icing call with 13:51 to go in the first. Slapped around the zone, but not out. Now it does trickle past Howden at a potential odd man break here for Maryville. Windross goes towards the back door, and it's out of the reach of Struther. Struther reverses it back towards the end line, but that's picked up by the Warriors. They lose it at center ice. Gerwitz sends it around. McNair tried to backhand it up the wall. Sutton finds an open player in front, and the shot saved. Rebound chance. Oh, and that's a big block made by Ditto. Otherwise, that was a goal for Sutton. Easily could be 1-1, but those are the kind of plays that solid defensive teams make. We just saw one there by the Warriors. Stepping up for their goaltender. Nouse made the initial stop. Shutting down Haley Beckett right on the doorstep. Pop back loose to Sutton. And unfortunately for her, the defender's skate was right in the way. Loose puck in the slot. Jousted away a couple times. Smolinski flips one towards goal. That's way up high. Nouse takes it right off the top of the chest protector and holds on with 12:36 to go. Maryville's starting to look a little bit more comfortable now. They were a little bit disjointed in the first couple minutes, but settling in more now. starting to create some offensive chances. Huberdeau goes up through the middle. Bell couldn't quite handle it. Huberdeau picks up the loose change. Comes in on the left wing from the circle, takes a shot, and Smolinski a little bit shaken up after making that block. Huberdeau gets back to the forehand, trying to drive towards the end line. Blew a tire on the way through. Ross flips it off the near side window, and it's gathered up by Haley Blaine. She goes far wing. Cross corner dump in. Glove down by Mika Hansen. Here comes Ross. Trying to push it in towards the middle. Morris was the intended target, but it hit a stick on the way through. Potential 2-on-1. Saints get numbers back. Wood pushed up against the wall by Karunikar. Ross tried to jab it over towards the far boards. Villard is on the puck now. Morris skates up. Trying to find Karunikar, and that's intercepted on the way through. Here comes Howden. She's got a little bit of space. She's hauled down. No penalty. Morris coming back the other way. Nicely tapped around the defender. Morris going coast to coast on the backhand. Has her stick lifted. Still managed to get a shot off, but it was in behind the goal. 11:15 to go here in the first. Saints trail by 1, but they're starting to pick up the pace. Back towards the left point. Falardo was held up, and then the puck was sent out. Campbell finds McGuire here on the near side. Slap shot disrupted by Gerwitz on the way. A wrister from the right point was blocked. Saints hit the skate of Colleen O'Leary. No icing as Maryville tried to play it at their own blue line, just missed. O'Leary goes skate to stick. Toole comes into the zone, fanned on it a little bit, but that actually helped her almost catch up to it along the end boards. Smolinski got a piece of that as she pinched in from the point. Hansen pushed down, but managed to steal the puck. Smolinski goes through the wickets of Beckett. Gillings trying to chase it as well. Getting there first is Taylor Bell. She's got the lone goal. Slap shot from Beckett along the right dot, and there's a save for Naus. Maryville trying to scrape it off the wall. Instead, it's slid over to the far side. Beckett holds it in along the point and just misses on the blocker's side. You can hear it ricochet off the end wall. Saints get it loose along the face-off dot, but everybody lost it in a myriad of skates. Hansen steps up, holds up the player. The puck does squirt loose. Now it's rolling on end. That could have been awkward, but Hansen managed to deal with it. Possession traded back and forth. Shots are 4-4 as it comes back through the neutral zone. Trasick will cover that one up as it came too close for comfort. 9:21 to go here in the first. Taylor Bell has the lone score in this game. Saints win the draw and come out with speed. Windross cutting up the middle, and then the pass too far out of the reach of Putnam on the left. Putnam stays back towards the blue line. Karunikar thought about coming up forward, but Midland was in possession. Now in behind the net, Bjornsson looking for a little bit of space, takes a little bit of a hip check. Windross got to stick to it as it comes on around towards the near side half wall. Struther fires the puck up towards the corner boards, and Huberdeau comes away. Huberdeau picks up speed, crossing center ice, had her stick lifted, still managed to get a shot off, and Tresick made the stop. Puck glides over to the far circle. Hammering on the brakes is Bryn Tosh. A wrister from the far point, hits a couple bodies. Karunikar up the near wing. Bjornsson can't get it out on the first attempt. Tosh looking for space, pushes one into the middle. Wood was there, but so was Putnam. Bjornsson serves it up to herself on the far side. Puck slowed up in some of that snow. Ends up on goal. Now it just keeps it alive. Coming right back into the zone is Villard. Looking for somebody in the middle. Oh, and the pass was just out of the reach. That was Ross slicing through the heart of the defense. Gerwitz will come up to the half wall. Pushes it down low. Greenlee slides it over towards the far side. Second opportunity for Midland to come out. Now they come out with possession. Bringing it up the ice was McGuire. She lost her footing on the way through the middle. Ross was collided with, and it looks like we're going to get a body checking call. So for the second game in a row, the Saints will have the first power play of the game. We'll see if they can capitalize this time around after going 0 for 6 in yesterday's game. Although some of those were abbreviated chances. They had a 5-on-3 that only lasted 8 seconds. And then a cross-checking call evened things up. Face-off was taken unfairly. 7:34 to go here in the first period. Saints in need of a goal, if nothing else, just to give themselves a little bit of offensive confidence. Tying the game is paramount, but here's a rebound chance. Score! No! Oh my goodness, how did they miss it? The goaltender was up against the near side post. Morris seemingly had an open net on the backside, and the puck would not go. Thought I saw the hands going up in the air. Couldn't tell where the puck went, but ended up in behind the net. And that could be a costly miss. Sutton driving up the left wing. Managed to get around the defender, but then the puck slid away. Smolinski trying to keep it away from McGuire. Gerwitz kicks at it to hold the zone, at least for now. And then brushed out of there by McGregor. 6:30 to go in the period. 55 seconds left in the penalty to Jaden Greenlee. Nice stick handling from Gillings at center ice, but then it slid away at the last moment. Karunakar comes up the right side and going to reverse it as it continues on around the end boards. Push back towards the near wing. Villard couldn't get a piece of it. And that's kind of been the story for Maryville. They've been right where they need to be throughout these couple games, but it's just those fine little margins that they haven't managed to take advantage of, at least not in great enough numbers. 13 seconds left, so Maryville about to go 0 for 1 with the power play. Couldn't connect with O'Leary through the middle. Karunakar comes right back in. Saints touch up, slap shot off the blocker. 5:30 to go in the period. O'Leary ties things up, but just too many Warriors right around her, and now there's a miss by Sutton, leading to a breakout. Wood comes in. She was slowed up by Hansen, and then a puck drifted in on Tresick, who covers. McGuire was looking to set up Campbell behind the net. Pass never made it through, but then the Saints give it away. Put off the side of the net. They keep whacking at it. Beckett finds it on the near side. Couldn't clear it up the zone. Gerwitz scrapes it off the dashers and gets it into the neutral zone. Morris pushes it into the middle as the top line has already been changed. Morris back out there with Sutton and Beckett. And McGuire comes in on the offense. Cross corner dump in to the right side. Gerwitz picks it up. Finds Beckett in the defensive neutral zone. Beckett plays it off the wall. She'll chase it down towards the corner. Outdueled there by Barilski. Pitchforked ahead. Saints send it right back in. Morris flips it down low. And again, a lot of the passes right now for the Saints just kind of hopeful. Smolinski comes in, sealed off along the wall, and Wood pushes it out. Hansen back up towards the attacking line. Nice moves for Toole. Here's Beckett. Whip shot hits the post. Brennan was trying to keep it alive. Beckett will go off to complete the line change. 3:45 left to go in the first. Smolinski pushes it over here to the near side. Nobody there. Howden overskated. O'Leary to Hanson. She pushes it in. Saints will get some new defenders. Here's Putnam fanning on the cross ice pass, and then she's giving it away. Skating in on a breakaway is Sailor Bell to the forehand, and the shot stopped and then jabbed away by Tresick. Howden holds his own. Putnam goes back. Far side looking for Toole. Bell sealed it off along the wall. Struther backhanded it up, but right into traffic. Both teams looking for possession, and now the Saints will be shorthanded on a tripping call. Power play to the Warriors, who were 1 for 4 with the man advantage yesterday. And it'll be Emily Toole into the sin bin. Another tightly contested affair here, but the Warriors up by 1 with a chance to double the lead on the power play. Their power play goal did come in the first period yesterday. They get possession off the draw. Now here's a high shot, waffle boarded away as Katie McNair was looking to go upper 90. Tresick saw it all the way. Six seconds come off the power play clock. Campbell's able to kick it backwards. McNair sweeps it far side. And then the shot by McGuire was stopped. And Gillings will send it all the way down. Gillings getting pushed from behind for really no reason. Referee allows it, and then Gillings is able to pilfer it away from McGregor, and McGregor hit the ice for good measure. Referees decide that there was nothing in it. Easily could have been another tripping call, so Maryville perhaps a little bit fortunate. McGuire comes in to the backhand on the slot. She's able to jab it towards goal. Tresick gets the whistle even though the puck is loose, but the referee was on the far side, so could not see it. There will be a face-off with 2:11 left to go in the period. Saints able to get it up the zone. Villard tried to Superman it out. Came up empty. Here's Barilski to the straightaway point. Shot was blocked. Villard getting a shin pad to it. Sutton had it stolen. Cross ice pass finds nobody home. Page near circle to Barilski. Goes back door. He was trying to set up the bumper play, actually, to Poole. But the Saints are able to get it out. Far enough for at least a partial change. Here's Poole from center ice. Goes rink wide. Centering feed. Tresick jabs it out of danger. Bell pops it down low. Putnam didn't see Wood coming in time, so Wood is able to push it out in front. Sutton will send it down as she needed to change. 10 seconds left in the power play. Confident stick handling there by Blaine as Gillings was coming in on the forecheck. Rainbow pass over here to Bell on the near side. That's Jordan Bell. Tresick left it behind for Falardo. Kuffler pushes it back towards the point. Danners had already kind of pinched in, so Kuffler was able to retain possession momentarily at the blue line. Falardo sweeps it up. O'Leary is there. 30 seconds left in the period. Hurwitz chases it down and hammers it over here towards the near side. O'Leary picks it up off the wall, but pressure came almost immediately. Falardo plays it off the boards to herself, looks up and drives it in. 10 seconds left. Saints coming in on the forecheck. Beckett will pick up it in the corner. Somebody lost a stick. That's the defender for Midland. Now they just want to tie things up, and they will successfully do so. So 20 minutes in the books. And just like last night, the Midland Warriors have a 1-goal lead. Shots were 10-6 in favor of the Warriors. We'll see what the second period has in store. Keep it right here on the Maryville Saints Hockey Network.
There comes a time where it's going to get harder and more difficult. To never lose that focus of enjoying the game is so important. Leon Draisaitl from Cologne, Germany, Edmonton Oilers. For me, it started early. My dad played, so it ran in the family a little bit, and always wanted to play in the NHL. I'm an offensive guy that likes to generate and create chances and take big pride in the defensive side of things as well. I've got nothing but great things to say about Warrior, and a huge fan of the consistency year after year. For me personally, bring out the best product, and it's so simple and easy to work with Warrior. And on top of that, the service is incredible. Always things to learn, always things to grow, always the parts of the game to get better at, but all in all, you have to be a Warrior.
College hockey. It's more than just what school you play for. More than just another sweater you pull on. It's about focus, determination, strategy, and poise. It's more than just packed rinks and screaming fans. It's about heart, skill, and passion. In nearly 30 years of the ACHA, we don't just play the game of hockey. We are the game of hockey. Hundreds of elite players and coaches from some of the United States and Canada's most prestigious programs. The American Collegiate Hockey Association. More than just a game.
Hello everyone, I hope you've had a great summer. As the school year gets started across the country, we're excited to also welcome you back to another great season of hockey. Thanks for being a part of the USA Hockey family. I want you to know that our volunteers and our staff work every single day as hard as they can to make sure hockey is the best sports experience in every community in our country. Within USA Hockey, you're part of an organization that's a world leader in development, safety, fun, and success, and one that is committed to fostering a welcoming environment for all by building a diverse, equitable, and inclusive game. Hockey is played in thousands of communities across our entire country. Please join me in keeping the momentum going by inviting at least one new person to get involved with hockey this year. It doesn't matter if it's someone who wants to play, coach, officiate, volunteer, or just be a fan. We're excited about sharing the joy our sport brings with as many people as possible. I would also like to offer a friendly reminder to make sure that respect is top of mind every time you enter the rink or take to the ice for a game or practice this season. That includes making sure that we never use hateful or discriminatory language, as it has absolutely no place in our game or in our society. It's on all of us to make sure that we respect the game, including playing within the rules, treating officials with respect, giving our best, and being a good teammate. In the end, hockey is about fun, so let's make sure we never lose sight of that. Here's to a great season ahead, one filled with friendship, respect, success, and most of all, plenty of smiles.
Welcome to Maryville University,
Welcome to Saints Nation.
home of the Big Red M.
So what does it mean to be a Maryville Saint?
It's more than just going to classes.
As Saints, we are passionate about what we believe in.
We are open-minded and curious about other points of view.
And we know this about life at Maryville.
Your best experiences will happen when you get involved.
Make sure to get involved on campus.
We work hard.
But we have a lot of fun too.
We have a passion to see each other succeed.
You might have a few hiccups along the way.
Or maybe something more serious. When we run into adversity,
We have faculty and staff here to provide support.
We stand with our fellow Saints through the good times.
And the difficult times.
So be sure to seek out help when you need it.
we know that here at Maryville,
We are never alone.
The spirit of Maryville flows through each person that steps foot on our campus.
Being a Saint is that feeling that Maryville University is your community.
That even when you're far away from home,
You are home.
We're on this journey together.
We are Maryville University.
One team, one family.
It's time for the Maryville Saints Intermission Report. Let's get ready for the second period.
And welcome back to the Maryville University Hockey Center as the players take their positions to get set for the second period of play. Warriors up 1-0 on a Taylor Bell goal just a minute and 14 seconds in. Maryville managed to calm themselves down and get themselves into the game with some quality chances, although they only ended up with 6 shots on goal in that 20 minutes. But now they have a chance. Here's Beckett coming up the right wing. She takes a shot and misses on the blocker side. Cut it back across the green a little bit too much. No icing here as they wave it off. Gerwitz trying to reverse it. She's held up. Sutton to Falardo. Warriors able to get a piece of it. Jillings is back on the top line, at least for now, as the Saints have an icing call against themselves. 19:24 to go here in the period. Saints have now gone 4 periods without a goal. There's a little pop shot from Larson in the neutral zone. Struggled to be handled by Tresick just a little bit. She was in behind it well enough, but still nervous moments for a goaltender. Those little short hops are kind of hard to handle sometimes. Deflected puck went out of play, so we'll get a face-off with 19:05 to go in the period. Millard won the face-off. Struther sent it in. Excuse me, that was Hansen to send it in. Smolinski catches up to it, trying to serve it to Morris. Morris trying to get a backhand shot off, and then that was just held up too much. Good defending by Danners. Smolinski with a shot. That was knocked down on the way in. Millard carries to the half wall. Dispossessed momentarily. Gets it in between her skates, just trying to hold it up, looking for help. Here's Morris. Went through the wickets of the defender, and it just went off the toe. There's Smolinski with a wrister, and that misses by about a yard. Centering feed, went off the side of the goal. Blaine pops it back over towards the far wing. Danners struggling to get it off the end boards. Huberdeau has it up the wall. Slammed off the dashers, and it goes out of play again. This time the face-off should be inside the attacking zone for Maryville, as they'll get some fresh players out there. Pushed out through the neutral zone. Toole in a foot race, but she's not going to outrace McKenna Larson. Otherwise, it could have been a breakaway opportunity. Karunikar from behind her own cage. She's spun around as Campbell sends it up the wall. McGregor jousts it back the other way. Penalty coming up. And it looks like the Saints are going to be shorthanded with 17:18 to go in the period. Midland 0 for 1 with the power play thus far, but a dangerous team to keep giving chances to. Deflected shot. McGuire got it through. Campbell got a piece, but that one came out like it was on fire right into the corner. Saints able to send it all the way down. Slowed up in the corner by Gerwitz. She's stapled to the wall. Loose in the crease. Saints haven't pushed it out yet. Here's Huberdeau. She takes a shot. Tresick makes the stop. Clock stops with 16:27 to go in the period and 1:10 left in the power play. Page to the far point. This one's deflected up and out of play. 16:04 left in a period. 46 seconds left in the power play. Chance from the near wing. They drop it off to McGuire. She just slices one across the top of the crease, but into the corner. Kuffler tries a tough angle. That one went off the shoulder of Tresick. Kuffler with another opportunity. McGregor to McGuire at the point. Wrister was blocked by Smolinski. McGuire kicks it, and it's slammed away from Kuffler. The Saints will clear. Three seconds left. Poke check by Smolinski, and now a potential odd man break here. The Saints come in. Beckett, fresh off the bench, centering feed, and Gillings let it run through. Sutton will pick it up. Back to Hansen at the point. Smolinski with a wrister. Into the slot, deflected by Gillings, but not too much power on it. Gillings from the half wall to Beckett in the corner. Borowski gets a stick to it for the Warriors. Beckett puts it into the middle. Sutton was trying to steal it back. Far side it goes. Backhand opportunity for Tosh. Another penalty coming up. Maryville will be up a man. Cross-checking is the call. Bit of a Halloween theme going on with the music here at the Maryville University Hockey Center. So the in-house DJ Malone, has had quite a few opportunities to play that Twilight Zone theme. Both teams have now taken 2 penalties. Thus far, we have not had a power play goal. Morris gets the puck along the outside hash marks. Poke checked away. Second opportunity for the Warriors, gets it out. Now they have an odd man break. McGregor comes in. McGuire in the high slot. Shot was blocked. Tresick will cover. Far side it goes. Penalty is taken. Cross-checking is the call. So the power play for the Saints looks like it's going to go by the wayside unless there's a change. Because Naus was about ready to head to the bench. So for the second night in a row, Maryville is going to shoot themselves in the foot and negate a power play by taking a penalty not that far in. The cross-check was against Haley Beckett, so we'll play 4-on-4 for 1:38. Karunikar coming out from behind the net with speed, had to slow up just a little bit, backhands it into the middle, and that's taken by Campbell. On the back check, it was stolen back by Morris. Here's Sutton trying to keep it away. On her off wing, she goes awkwardly towards the wall. Puck was dislodged. 1:14 left in the 4-on-4. Everybody overskated the puck right there towards the blue line. Putnam will get to it for Maryville. Morris comes through the middle, picks that dangling puck, sends it off the wall, trying to chase it down herself. Slapped the other way. Huberto comes up through the middle. Falardo goes off on a change. Morris cheekily in behind her. So it's pushed back out towards center. Falardo had it jostled loose at the blue line. Kerwitz just slams it in. 30 seconds left of 4-on-4. thus far, neither team has managed to take advantage of the open space. It's gotten even more tightly defended, if anything. Huberto comes up through center. Gerwitz is right on her, and then the shot sails wide by a couple feet. A couple yards, I should say. Meters, if you will, for those of you in Canada. Giveaway at the blue line as Falardo set it up. McGregor's shot was blocked by Gerwitz. Falardo coming up to the offensive end. Ross has the puck on the right wing. Falardo calling for it in the middle, and it just never had an opportunity to get it across. McGregor was well positioned, so it would have been a difficult pass to make. Villard slams it off the wall and into the zone. 4 seconds left in the penalty to Beckett. Now she's out of the box. Oh, they opened that bench a good 2 seconds early. I think Beckett stayed in the penalty box until it hit zero, but that was very close. Maryville perhaps a little bit lucky that the officials were looking down towards their zone. Midland comes up with speed. Bell to Page along the near wing. Try to return pass as Bell was cutting through the middle. Taylor Bell still with the lone goal in this contest with 11:39 to go in the period. Pass went through the legs of Gillings as she wasn't aware it was coming. Here comes Beckett. A wrister. She hits the post. She scores! Tie game. Haley Beckett with the goal off the iron and down. 1-1 is your score. .8:29 is the time of the goal. Beckett with the equalizer on the Saints' first shot of the period. Toole was involved in a collision as she went down at center ice. No penalty on that. Just two players coming together. There was a check along the far boards as O'Leary was slow to get up. She seems to be all right, going to stay out there as there's an icing call against the Warriors. So the Saints end a scoreless streak that was at least 88 minutes and 29 seconds long. Now, if you extend that into the third period against McKendree, perhaps it's even longer. But here's another goal, just like that, off the rebound. O'Leary manages to slam it in, and it's 2-1. Just a good shot from the point. Managed to force a pad save. It came right down to the stick of O'Leary, and she slots it home. .32 seconds after tying the game, the Saints have now taken the lead. Beckett and O'Leary, your goal scorers for the home team here in this second period. A good reaction stop for Tresick as she saw that one late. Tosh sweeps it over here towards the near side. Falardo gets it out into the neutral zone. Back and forth, possession traded like a hot potato. Windross pushes it in on the attacking end. 10:25 to go here in the middle frame, closing in on the halfway point of the contest. Shot from the right side by Karunakar was blocked on the way through. Barilski peels away, looking for somebody to dig that puck loose. Gerwitz's shot was blocked. Tosh lost her stick on the defensive effort. Saints have two shots on goal, which that doesn't seem to be mathematically correct because Naus made the save. And then the Saints score on the rebound, so that should technically be 9 shots on goal. Nevertheless, we'll worry about those nitpicky little things later on. Ross centers it back to her own blue line. Karunakar plays it off the wall. Cut out by Barilski. Karunakar skates up towards center and then jabs the puck in towards the offensive zone. Coming in towards the forecheck. Larson saw the pressure coming and slows things up. McGregor taps it in on the offensive end, and it's a foot race between McGuire and Putnam. Putnam wins it for the moment. McGuire finds the loose puck in the corner. Carries to the half wall. Cross-ice pass for Ditto. Her wrist shot was blocked by her own teammate. Campbell was trying to guide it in towards goal, but really took all the power out from behind it. A good block along the wall by Morris. She comes in on the offensive end, trying to stick handle her way into open space, but the puck just wouldn't keep going. Smolinski to Morris. She was guarded closely by Blaine. Hansen digs it off the wall, finds Beckett along the outside hash marks. McGregor with a good defensive stick. Campbell comes in on the wing, and Smolinski takes her to the wall. Hansen trying to get her stick loose, pitchforks it forward. Poole on the puck, sidesteps away from Hansen. Good stick here for Beckett. She comes out with speed. Beckett on the right wing. Sutton going to the middle. Oh, and a nice little saucer pass just wouldn't settle down. Gillings tried to pop it down low for Beckett. Return pass. Gillings in the skates. Sutton on the far corner. Fluttering puck. She reverses and again. Looking for a tripping call. None to be had. 7:55 to go here in the period. Sutton whacking at it. Defenders trying to clear it out. They get it up the boards, and the Warriors can breathe a sigh of relief. Now a little pop pass finds Brennan open in the corner. She was hoping that it would just have a little bit less on it. Saints trying not to get caught with too many players on the ice. Huberdeau taken to the wall by Gerwitz, delayed offside. It looked like Warriors may have touched it. Linesman has a better angle than I do. Pad save made by Tresick on the shot through a little bit of traffic. Larson sends another one towards goal. Toole was in front. O'Leary comes up. She's got the go-ahead goal. She'll twist it on around. 7 minutes and change left in the second. Toole trying to put it into the mixer. Brennan slows it up along the wall. Sticks her down. Ooh, that one was a lucky no call for Maryville. That easily could have been tripping. Warriors come in on the attack. Greenlee looking for open ice. Stick handles and sends a pass right into the heart of the defense. Danners fires one down low, looking for Wood. Filardo with a soft feather feed to Toole. Tried to saucer one for O'Leary at center. Just too much on it. Collision along the far side, and I believe Maryville's going to be short another player. O'Leary in a tough collision with one of the Warriors on the far side. She's shaken up. O'Leary will go to the box, and Midland will have his fourth power play of the game. 0 for 3 thus far. They didn't have a full power play on the third one. There is a discussion with the officials. Right now, Maryville fans hoping that this is only going to be 2 minutes. And unfortunately for Maryville, the worst case scenario has now occurred as O'Leary has been shown the gate, so she gets a 5-minute major and a game misconduct. So the Saints will have to put somebody else in the box to serve the penalty, and O'Leary is done for the evening as well. Brianne Windross will serve it. So now the Saints have to buckle down and really focus on this penalty kill. Gillings does the work to open things up. Getting it all the way down, slowing things up. Taking a little bit of time off with the forechecking pressure. Saints have to toe that line. It's a very fine line. You want to put some pressure on and disrupt the passes. You don't want to allow the Warriors to get anything set up, but you don't want to be too overreaching and perhaps give your opponent an opportunity to set up a breakout opportunity as they come in here. Kuffler's pass was blocked by Gerwitz. Falardo sent it up the wall, but it's taken by McGuire. Now she finds a little bit of space, trying to go high to the blocker's side. It may have nibbled off the elbow of Tresick. McGuire goes backside, and then McGregor kind of got caught along the heel of the stick. That's cleared out of there by Struther. 1 minute and 5 seconds gone on this 5-minute power play. Huberto comes in, drives towards the slot, drops it off. Page wasn't expecting it, so that'll leave the zone. Page comes right back in, serves it towards the far circle. And Poole overskated, allowing the Saints to clear it out. 2-1 is your score. Maryville with both goals here in this period. Beckett and O'Leary, your goal scorers. Right now they're trying to focus on killing this penalty. Millard taking some time off the clock. Falardo manages to soup one into the zone. Good skate there from Sutton as she was able to block that cross-ice pass. Saints dig in, squirts into their zone, and they will clear it out. 2 minutes and 5 seconds gone in this 5-minute power play. Saucer pass out of the reach of Page. McGregor will catch up to it. Smolinski pilfers that away. Now she ties it up along the end boards. McGregor back to the left point. Near circle for McGuire. Back to the left point. Wrist shot on. Oh, the rebound was there. Great defensive stick for Smolinski. Tresick made the initial stop, but it came hot off the pad. 2:20 left in the power play. Greenlee stretching it out. They get it past Hansen. No icing as it did take off of a stick. Centering feed, finds nobody, goes all the way back to the blue line for Greenlee. McGuire with a hot shot, went off a body and wide. Deflected puck, pops into the far corner. Greenlee at the point. Now McGuire puts it into the middle. Campbell got the deflection, but it ended up sticking right on the tape. Blocker save from McGuire's chance. Greenlee again at the blue line, settles it down. McGuire stepping up. Just outside the circle, now in the high slot. Deflected by Campbell, another save by Tresick. 90 seconds left in the power play. Backhanded pass over towards the near wall. McGuire on her off wing, carries up. Smolinski makes the poke check initially. Kuffler keeping it alive. Smolinski gets it again, fires it high off the window, and that stays in and goes down. Greenlee serves it up. Jordan Bell comes in. Back to the forehand and stops at the half wall. Far side it goes. Larson takes a shot. That's turned aside. Trying to go back to Larson at the point. That's turned away as Sutton, showing the effort, takes her opponent down. Jordan Bell poked by Sutton. Still brought in by Poole. She exchanges places with Taylor Bell. Shots are 17-8. I think unofficially that should be 9, but I'm not going to win that battle. 25 seconds left in the power play. Hard pass off the near wall. Bell kind of looking around like, I didn't expect that. Saints can't clear the zone though. 13 seconds left. Stick save made by Tresick as she guides it into the corner. Maryville will clear it, and they have killed off this 5-minute power play. Windross comes out of the box. Beckett is out on the ice. Gerwitz takes advantage of Barilski, who was turned around a little bit. Danners couldn't get it out of her skates. Falardo pops it up, deflected into the Maryville bench. Face-off will come apparently in the neutral zone. Tommy Lang saying it should be in the zone. .68 seconds left. Saints up by a goal. And now they're going to be down a player as Campbell managed to slip in behind after the face-off win. Skates were taken out from underneath her, and yet another tripping call against Maryville, this time on Brooklyn Gillings. So the Saints, who just killed off an entire 5 minutes, will have to at least try to get through the next 63 seconds and try to hold this lead into the locker room. Top power play unit out there for the Warriors. Fakes off one by the Saints, but they don't get it high enough off the glass. McGuire sidesteps Falardo. Saints intercept, but can't clear it out. The puck rattling around a couple times. Now all alone in the slot. A blocked shot. It's loose at the top of the crease, and Maryville will clear it. Those are heart-stopping moments for both fans and goaltenders. Too many legs out in front to try to dive out on the puck. You see it more often than not, but you can't do anything about it. Here's Kuffler with a shot. That's off a shin pad as Villard got the block. Greenlee with a wrister. That's blocked by Villard again. And the Saints will clear. 16 seconds left in the period. Fresh forwards out there for Maryville. McGuire just tapped it around Falardo, but the Saints do clear it back out into the neutral zone. Greenlee will not get a shot off. 40 minutes in the books, 20 minutes left in regulation. But for the first time this weekend, the Saints have the lead. Goals from Beckett at 8:29 and O'Leary at 9:01 make the difference. Keep it here. We've got a great third period coming up for you. We'll have more Maryville Saints hockey in the third period right here on the Maryville Saints Hockey Network.
There comes a time where it's going to get harder and more difficult. But to never lose that focus of enjoying the game is so important. Leon Draisaitl from Cologne, Germany, Edmonton Oilers. For me, it started early. My dad played, so it ran in the family a little bit, and always wanted to play in the NHL. I'm an offensive guy that likes to generate and create chances and take big pride in the defensive side of things as well. I've got nothing but great things to say about Warrior, and a huge fan of the consistency year after year for me personally, bring out the best product, and it's so simple and easy to work with Warrior, and on top of that, the service is incredible. Always things to learn, always things to grow, always the parts of the game to get better at, but all in all, you have to be a Warrior.
College hockey. It's more than just what school you play for. More than just another sweater you pull on. It's about focus, determination, strategy, and poise. It's more than just packed rinks and screaming fans. It's about heart, skill, and passion. In nearly 30 years of the ACHA, we don't just play the game of hockey. We are the game of hockey. Hundreds of elite players and coaches from some of the United States and Canada's most prestigious programs. The American Collegiate Hockey Association. More than just a game.
Hello everyone, I hope you've had a great summer. As the school year gets started across the country, we're excited to also welcome you back to another great season of hockey. Thanks for being a part of the USA Hockey family. I want you to know that our volunteers and our staff work every single day as hard as they can to make sure hockey is the best sports experience in every community in our country. Within USA Hockey, you're part of an organization that's a world leader in development, safety, fun, and success, and one that is committed to fostering a welcoming environment for all by building a diverse, equitable, and inclusive game. Hockey is played in thousands of communities across our entire country. Please join me in keeping the momentum going by inviting at least one new person to get involved with hockey this year. It doesn't matter if it's someone who wants to play, coach, officiate, volunteer, or just be a fan. We're excited about sharing the joy our sport brings with as many people as possible. I would also like to offer a friendly reminder to make sure that respect is top of mind every time you enter the rink or take to the ice for a game or practice this season. That includes making sure that we never use hateful or discriminatory language, as it has absolutely no place in our game or in our society. It's on all of us to make sure that we respect the game, including playing within the rules, treating officials with respect, giving our best, and being a good teammate. In the end, hockey is about fun, so let's make sure we never lose sight of that. Here's to a great season ahead, one filled with friendship, respect, success, and most of all, plenty of smiles.
Welcome to Maryville University.
Welcome to Saints Nation.
Home of the Big Red M.
So what does it mean to be a Maryville Saint?
It's more than just going to classes.
As Saints, we are passionate about what we believe in.
We are open-minded and curious about other points of view.
And we know this about life at Maryville.
Your best experiences will happen when you get involved.
Make sure to get involved on campus.
We work hard.
But we have a lot of fun too.
We have a passion to see each other succeed.
You might have a few hiccups along the way.
Or maybe something more serious.
When we run into adversity,
We have faculty and staff here to provide support.
We stand with our fellow Saints through the good times.
And the difficult times.
So be sure to seek out help when you need it.
we know that here at Maryville,
We are never alone.
The spirit of Maryville flows through each person that steps foot on our campus.
Being a Saint is that feeling that Maryville University is your community.
That even when you're far away from home,
You are home.
We're on this journey together.
we are Maryville University.
One team, one family.
It's time for the Maryville Saints Intermission Report. Let's get ready for the third period.
There comes a time where it's going to get harder and more difficult, but to never lose that focus of enjoying the game is so important. Leon Draisaitl from Cologne, Germany, Edmonton Oilers. For me, it started early. My dad played, so it ran in the family a little bit, and always wanted to play in the NHL. I'm an offensive guy that likes to generate and create chances and take big pride in the defensive side of things as well. I've got nothing but great things to say about Warrior, and a huge fan of the consistency year after year. For me personally, bring out the best product, and it's so simple and easy to work with Warrior. And on top of that, the service is incredible. Always things to learn, always things to grow, always the parts of the game to get better at, but all in all, you have to be a Warrior.
College hockey. It's more than just what school you play for. More than just another sweater you pull on. It's about focus, determination, strategy, and poise. It's more than just packed rinks and screaming fans. It's about heart, skill, and passion.
And welcome back to the Maryville University Hockey Center. 57 seconds left on a Brooklyn Jillings tripping call to start the third period. That's what the Saints are looking at. But they've already killed off a 5-minute major against Colleen O'Leary, who threw a big-time body check right in front of the penalty box, which was somewhat apropos, although she didn't spend too long in there, maybe about 10 seconds, and then the referees decided that her night was done. So the Saints ended up killing off that penalty. They're trying to kill off another one. Midland right now is 0 for 4 with the power play in this game, after going 1 for 4 in yesterday's contest. Saints intercept the pass into the zone, and Gerwitz sent it down. McNair was able to cut it out at the blue line. Gerwitz repays the favor as this deflected puck settles down for Villard. She's able to just guide it around McNair and steer it out to center. Kuffler had her stick lifted. McNair picks up the loose change. McGuire goes rink wide. Kuffler picks it up off the wall. Serves it back to McNair at the point. Far side McGuire. She'll take a wrister, and that misses everything. Off the skate of the referee, and that benefits the Saints as it came right to Gerwitz, who cleared it down. 5 seconds left in this particular power play. Long pass off the skates of Poole, and Beckett comes in on the attack. Saints looking for another insurance goal. Oh, and that one just went off the stick of McNair. Sutton had that near post picked out. Poole gloved it down at center ice. Goes to Page, back to Poole, and she drives the net and slices the shot just wide. Greenlee's drive is blocked. Poole picks up the loose puck. Greenlee calling for it again. Poole will go into the corner. Bell sweeps it over the far side. She's got the lone goal today for the Warriors. Smolinski picks up the loose change, carries over the red line and the blue line, coming into the high slot, and a back check made by Huberdeau, as she was able to keep that one from being pushed into a dangerous area. Greenlee looking to go north, sidesteps the pressure. Greenlee gains the blue line, slows it up, backhand pass, couldn't be controlled by Huberdeau. Dangerously through the middle, Saints get away with it. Cross ice, off the boards, Karunakar gets there and jabs it into the corner. Puck popping around. Danners had it, lifted. Morris disrupted by Jordan Bell. Saints holding on to a 1-goal lead. Danners looking for an escape route. Couldn't find any space on the near side wall as it was sealed off by Ross. Blaine got caught between two ideas. Tried to go to the left. I think she wanted to go up the middle, changed her mind, and then lost her footing mid-pass. Oh, the Saints, if they could have connected on a pass, they had the goaltender completely turned around. Falardo came up empty on the body check. Tried to throw a cross body. Didn't come up with the puck, but now Falardo comes in 2-on-1 with Beckett. Falardo on the off wing. Saucer pass across, and Beckett couldn't connect. 16:35 to go in the period. Counterattack now, 3-on-2. Barilski denied by Gerwitz. Falardo pops it over towards the far side. Sutton jabs it out. That was actually Emily Toole. Beckett, who's out there for an extended shift now that O'Leary is out of the contest. Gerwitz slowing up Campbell. Struther, far side for Toole. Plays it off the boards. Greenlee gathers it up. Warriors trying to counterattack quickly. McGuire was slowed up by Struther. Struther on the puck. Hansen was there defending as well. A brief delayed offside. Warriors just electing to go for the change. Saints sweep it in on the offensive end as Bjornsson got just enough of that to avoid an icing call. Smolitsky comes into the zone late. Seems to be favoring her right leg a little bit. Just trying to get back, and now Bell with a shot. Tresick with the save. Poole picks up the loose puck. Loses it along the hash marks momentarily. Page tried to drop it down low for Bell. Bell gets a piece of the pass. Hansen is on it and then had her pocket picked. Centering feed denied by Tresick. Windross just pops it up towards the blue line. Bjornsson couldn't catch up to it. But again, the Warriors trying to keep the legs somewhat fresh. Stretch pass into the skates of Beckett. She guides it into the offensive zone and just lost it at the last moment. McNair spun away from the pressure of Beckett, having to do so again as Sutton comes over to help. Huberdeau stood up by Hansen. Hansen just shuffleboards it down low. Jordan Bell had it. Exit pass was intercepted by the Maryville Saints. 14:15 to go here in the period. Saints doing a good job to keep Midland in their own zone thus far. Kuffler to Huberdeau, and that one just snuck underneath her stick. Huberdeau lost it in the slot. Sutton tried to find Beckett, but she pirouetted around in an attempt to grab that pass. D to D as Karunakar finds Putnam. She gets around Barilski and cross corner sends it in. Barilski fanned on the entry. It comes right back to her. Morris picked her pocket. Saints tried to go high off the glass, and it'll stay inside the zone on the faceoff. Shots were 16-8 after 2 periods. They're 18-9, and I'm still going to say that that's unofficial because, again, the go-ahead goal for O'Leary was a rebound chance that went off the pad of the goaltender, so that gives Saints technically 10 shots right now, although the scoreboard is not going to reflect that. So if we go by the scoreboard shot totals in and of themselves, the Saints had 2 shots on goal in the second period and scored on them both. One way or the other, they either scored on 2 out of 3 or got 2 goals on 2 shots. Any way you slice it, that's a pretty good percentage. It's a tight checking second period. Midland only had 6 shots in total in the middle 20. Howden tried to stick handle her way into the left circle, ran out of space. Putnam finds Windross. She tried to go to Bjornsson through the middle, and Page got a piece of it. Putnam sends it up towards the line. Potential icing here. Karunikar is back. Whistle goes. 12:03 to go here in the third period. Saints doing a good job of defending right now, and they've also done a good job when they've got it in the offensive zone. They keep it there. They might not have clean possession, but every moment that you can spend in the offensive zone is less pressure, less fatigue on the legs, because you're not just scrambling around trying to defend. Warriors come up the left side. Bell is able to outduel Hansen, but Smolinski was back. Hot puck out towards center. Sutton guided it around. The Warriors send it up the wall, and now they've got Jordan Bell in behind. She's trying to outduel the defenders. Backhand chance through the top of the crease, but not an official shot. Huberdeau from the near side corner. Beckett at her own line. Was able to get it around Bell, but Saints needed a line change, so everybody was kind of retreating. Huberdeau lost it to Ross. Up towards the Saints line, not out. Good job of pinching in from Falardo. And another icing against the Warriors this time around. 10:51 to go here in the third period. Saints trying to get themselves back to 500. Warriors trying to keep their record unblemished. Kuffler got it down the ice. The Warriors will get a change. Ross takes the angled pass off the wall into the zone looking for Brennan. Off the skates of Toole. Falardo takes a slapper that ends up wide. Blaine got it over to Campbell. Falardo took a spill. Was able to at least keep the Warriors from exiting the zone with possession, though. Now, Toole takes a spill. Fans wanted a call here in the arena. They're not going to get one. McGuire at center. Jabs it off the wall, and we get a whistle. Looks like the face-off will come to center, so perhaps that hit somebody on the bench. Saints get it around Ditto and come in on the forecheck. Struther gets a piece of the puck. 9:40 to go here in the third. Ditto flicks it back towards the near side. Page finds Bell. Now Page comes in on the backhand chance and just misses the near side post. Well-timed shot. Tresick had the angle covered, but it didn't miss by a lot. 9:20 to go. Struther from the near side half wall. Surveys the ice. She'll keep skating. Pushes it in. It's the Saints going to go for a change. Tommy Lang wanting his forwards to come off the ice a little bit faster. No icing here as Kuffler was cherry picking up the ice. Hansen ties her up along the end boards. Under 9 to go. Saints with a 2-goal second period to give them a 1-goal lead here in the third. Shot was blocked. Beckett slows it up right in front of her bench. Saucer pass. Lost at center, but Hansen regathers. Gillings comes in. Had it jostled loose by Greenlee. Beckett in the far side corner. Goes to the point. Smolinski holds his own. She'll take a wrister looking for a deflection in front. And instead the Warriors block and send it away. Not out of the zone yet. Smolinski holds. Second opportunity. And even for her, that's just too far out of the reach. Greenlee peels back. Far side it goes to Kuffler. Stretch pass for Huberdeau. She's got Campbell driving into the zone. She's in behind the defense. Campbell shoots. Oh, she scores. What a shot by Campbell. And she ties this one up with 8:08 left to go here in the third period. Campbell at 11:52 ties things up for the Midland Warriors. Saints had done such a good job over the course of the last couple games of keeping the top scorers for the Warriors off the board in terms of goals anyway, as Campbell and McGuire have been able to light the lamp double-digit times in this early part of the season. But that puck just came out perfectly for the Warriors, and they were able to get Campbell in behind the defense, and with a shot like that, there's just no stopping it for Tresick. Campbell coming in on a breakaway again, and a great back check by Gerwitz. 20 shots on goal thus far for the Warriors. Saints still stuck on 9. Somebody lost their helmet. That's Emma Gerwitz. So that forces the stoppage, but I do not believe there's going to be a penalty on the play. Face-off will stay inside the zone. Now they've pushed that shot total up to 22, so those came in rather late. 7:17 to go here in the third period. Potential overtime game. Saints capable of scoring in short order, as we saw in the second period. 2 goals in 32 seconds. But if there's one more goal in this game, they're hoping that they're the ones to be able to get it. 7 minutes left in the third period. Beckett tried to get a little too cute with that. Howden held it in at the blue line, lofted out towards center. Beckett is there. She's able to guide it down onto her stick, and it just stayed out of her reach. Beckett went down when she was in the offensive zone. Again, no penalty coming up. Howden let Poole have it, and she will just guide it in. Tresick slows it up. Putnam almost overskated. Putnam to the far side. Gillings with a soft pass over here towards the near wing. Fluttering puck taken down by Beckett. She goes through the wickets of the defender, and then she spills into the boards again. Took one of the Warriors with her. I believe that's Greenlee. Exit feed handled by Morris. Morris puts it into the middle, and it was stopped by Naus. Sports are always so interesting, how the ebbs and flows change not only within a game but within a couple games. So Maryville got shut out last night, even though they outshot the Warriors 28 to, I believe it was 26. Now it's much busier in yesterday's game. But she's seen 11 shots come against her. I'm going to stick to that, even though the scoreboard says 10. But 2 have gotten by. 5:55 left to go here in the third period. Nice little scoop puck into the offensive zone from Morris. Ross was unable to catch up to it. Too far out of the reach of Campbell. That should be an icing called. 5:39 to go here in the third. It's been a cool and rainy day here in the St. Louis area. Hopefully all of you fans at home keeping dry no matter where you're at. Campbell comes up onto the attack for the Warriors. Good defending there by Falardo. She scoops one up towards the blue line. Ross was the intended target again. But the Warriors saw it coming and guided it right down below the end line again. Kerwitz stick handles through. Toole with the hot pass along the far side. Howden picks it up. Goes right wing, looking for Page. Just out of the reach of Strother on the zone entry. Poole got it down deep, enough to get her team a line change. Now Toole has the puck. Both teams trading possession. Here's Huberdeau. Is able to stick handler way to the edge of the circle. Saints coming out. Struthers by herself. 1-on-4. Karunakar comes in. Defense deals with it for the Warriors. And the Saints cannot hold the zone. It's a 2-on-1 the other way. Here's Kuffler looking for the center pass, and it was just out of the reach off the heel of the stick of Jordan Bell. Huberdeau holds the zone. Bell trying to go off to complete line change. Huberdeau dropped it off. Greenlee with a shot. Blocker save. 3:55 left to go here in the period. Strother sends it down the ice. Too much on it, though. It'll be icing. 3:49 to go here in the third period of a tie game. Midland's 2 goals, the bread. Maryville's 2 goals, the meat of the sandwich. Taylor Bell scored at 1:14 of the first. Beckett at 8:29. O'Leary at 9:01 of the second as we get a timeout called. And Campbell tied it up for the Midland Warriors at 11:52 here in the third. So an important game for both of these teams. Obviously, anytime you can knock off a top 5 team, regardless of who comes out the victor, it ends up looking extremely good to the voting committee. Despite their slip-ups, the Saints still currently the number 5 team in the country. Midland off to an unbelievable start. We were talking about it during the broadcast, but also after the game as well. It's an interesting difference in philosophy. So obviously the staff for the Warriors thinking that they just want as many games as they can handle, as Midland is playing, I believe it's 4 games over this weekend. They had 2 against Maryville, and they had a couple, I believe, against Lindenwood on Thursday and Friday. So a lot of hockey being played by the Midland Warriors as they try to get ready for March as well. Obviously, that's a few months away, but you want to get as much experience as you can. But you run the risk, already having played, this is their 17th game of the season, is are you going to run the tank a little bit dry towards the end of the year? Dangerous pass from Beckett up the middle, handled by Poole. She takes the shot. Falardo made the save, and then Tresick made a save as well. Block from Falardo, but it came right back to the Warriors, and Tresick had to be quick onto the edge of her crease. .312 to go here in the third period. Tie game. Ross from the near side wall. Feathers one up. Ballard tried to serve one into the zone for Morris. Howden come the other way. Morris deep inside of her own end. Tried to stretch it out for Karunikar. Howden lost it. Bell has it at her own blue line. And now here's Huberdeau in behind the defense as Maryville was changing. Blocker save made as Tresick bails out the Saints. Ross just slams it up the zone. Howden knocked it down. Karunikar. Sauces one up. Villard reverses. Putnam is on the puck. Saints a little bit disjointed here. They've made some mistakes and got away with it here in the third period. Another giveaway towards the blue line. Jordan Bell takes the wrister. Tresick fought it off. Karunikar slams it off the wall. Here's Sutton. Gilling streaking into the offensive zone, but Sutton will carry it in by herself. Beckett to the front of the goal. Oh, baby, what a score! Haley Beckett takes the lead. 1:56 remaining here in the third period. What a pass from Sutton. What a finish for Beckett. Beckett at 18:04, set up by Sutton. And the Saints have a one-goal lead. Now the Warriors getting into the offensive zone. They hack and whack at it. It's loose in the crease. Now it's at the side of the net. Tresick never able to cover that one up. The Saints will send it down, and it's not going to go far enough for icing. Well played there by Maryville, although their fans probably had their hearts up by their Adam's apple. Guided up the wall. Toole couldn't get a piece of it. Spin shot. Tresick keeps it alive. Referee a little bit loose there. We've seen whistles come a lot quicker with the goaltenders covering it up. Bell with the centering feed. Oh, they missed on the shot. Rebound chance. Oh, and it's popped through the crease. Unbelievable. Warriors that close to a tying goal of their own, and instead the puck came out in front. Up to Kuffler along the near post. From the circle, gets it down low. They put it out in front. Poole was there, but she was tied up by Falardo. It's loose along the crease again. Tresick thin, blow the whistle. I've got it covered. Finally, they stop play as the Warriors are trying to push the goaltender into the goal. 44 seconds remain. Saints with 12 shots on goal. No matter how you slice it, I mean, as I've said a few times now, they still haven't counted that one extra shot. But Maryville with 3 goals on, what would that be? 6 shots? It's either 5 or 6 shots. So they've done quite a bit with not a whole lot of official offense. Now, they've had a lot of decent zone time. So we get a timeout taken here again. So the Saints have had some decent zone time. They just haven't been able to get those pucks through, but they've put in the effort in this game, and the score line reflects that. So it really doesn't matter the shot totals, although there is a rather large disparity because it's 31-12, unofficially, of course. but it kind of flips the script on what we saw last night. Even though the shots were much closer, it was Maryville that won the shot battle but couldn't win the goal battle. So the Warriors going to roll the dice. Sometimes you don't see this, but with it only being a one-goal game, Midland taking a chance. They've got the extra attacker out there. McNair comes to Greenlee on the near point. Shot taken. Defensive stick, put it in behind the goal. Kuffler struggles to get it down. McGregor left it. Campbell's on it from the half wall. Too strong for McGregor as it sweeps over towards the far corner. McGuire tried to reverse it. Gerwitz got it up the wall, and it's sent out by Gillings. 19 seconds left. Feathered pass over here to the near side. Campbell tried to guide it into the zone. Villard sends it back the other way. It's intercepted at center ice. Campbell comes in with 11 seconds left. McGuire drops it off. Kuffler with a shot, and that goes high. It's in the skates of the referee. McGregor with a blind pass out in front. That's going to get up to the blue line, and it'll stay. No, it will not stay in. It doesn't matter. The clock hits 0, and the Saints have won the game, ending a little bit of a losing streak. They fell 2 in a row to McHenry. Didn't look good after getting shut out last night, but an all-important win for Maryville here tonight as they knock off a very, very impressive Midland Warriors team. Final score in this one, the Saints are victorious 3-1, 3-2. Once again, Taylor Bell opened up the scoring at 1:14 for Midland. Back in the first period, it would remain 1-0 going into the intermission. Maryville with a very strong second period. Again, they only had 2 or 3 shots, depending on how you want to count it, but they made the most of them. Beckett would score. O'Leary would score on the rebound to get a 2-1 lead going into that intermission. Campbell would tie it. Maryville could have easily kind of gotten down in the dumps and allowed the Warriors to really kind of choke this one out. And instead, Beckett with an answer at 18:04. Great setup from Sutton as the 2 leading scorers for Maryville finish this one off. So the Saints will head off onto the road to start November. They'll have next weekend off, and then they will be at Liberty for a midnight game on Saturday, November 8th, and then you turn around and a 4 p.m. puck drop on Sunday, November 9th. Now, I understand that the midnight game is kind of a big deal for Liberty University, but, I mean, really, you're going to play a midnight game. You won't get into the hotel until like 3 a.m., and then you're going to play a game about 12 hours later, but I digress. Our next broadcast will be on November 15th, an 8:15 puck drop against Arizona State. And the second game of that series will be on Sunday, November 16th at 2:30. So for everybody here at the Maryville Saints Hockey Network, for Eric Skelton behind the scenes, I've been Todd Panula. The Saints win 3-2 to split this weekend series with the Midland Warriors, giving them their first loss of the season. A big win for your Saints. Until the next time, have a great day, everyone.